Hi everyone, welcome to this channel where we talk about marriage and relationships. Here in this channel we address the most important aspects of marriages and relationships. We are trying to create happy environments in marriages and in relationships because we believe that you can live long and enjoy your marriage and your relationship with your spouse, with everyone that is around you. So we are trying to create that environment for you, or help you to create that environment for you and your family, because a happy marriage, a happy relationship is a successful it yields to successful marriage, which yields to successful financial finances and etc. So the first question that we have to ask ourselves is, what is marriage? Because most people, when we grow up, they tell you that you will grow up someday, and then you will get into marriage. You will be a mother, a father, a husband, a wife. But no one tells you exactly what marriage is. And most of people rush into getting married without knowing what marriage actually is. So here we're going to define what marriage is, and we are going to define um, uh, um, what relationships are actually are. So now different types of relationships in marriage, and different types of relationships in relationships. So that is what we are going to define in this channel. And at the end of this video, you are going to find a pinned message in the comment section. In that pinned message, you're gonna find an email where you can send up your queries, and then how you can be part of this channel, and how you can uh, get into a journey of healing your marriage, and the services that we provide. You are gonna get them into when you do the inquiries in that email. So you can send an email inquiring, then you will get the response from the email that you've sent. So, okay, what is marriage? According to the Wikipedia, um, marriage is a cultural and often legally recognized union between people called spouse. It establishes rights and obligations between them, as well as between them and their children, and between them and their in-laws. So with that kind of a definition, I'm telling you, everything is wrong in that definition. If you look at it very well, everything is wrong, and because it talks about a legal marriage is a legal entity, and yes, of course, a marriage is a legal entity, but you cannot regulate everything around legalism of marriage. So I will give you my own definition to understand actually what marriage is. My definition is, marriage is an institution designed by God for a man and a woman to fulfill the purpose that God has called them to accomplish in this world, and to replenish the earth and subdue it. So there are components, or there are very important words there in that definition that helps us understand what marriage is. So the first thing that we see there is that marriage is an institution. So if marriage is an institution, it means that there are rules and regulations that govern such institution. So if marriage is an institution, just like a banking sector or any other sector, there are rules that govern such sector. So if marriage is an institution, it means there are rules and regulations that govern such institution. So So some marriage, so since marriage is an institution, it requires growth. So it requires growth. So if marriage doesn't grow, that marriage will die. So many challenges that we see in lives of people, in marriages, it is because there's no growth. Any institution is either is a banking sector or any other institution. If it doesn't grow, that institution, it will die. So now, marriage requires growth, both financially, emotionally, and you build yourself physically. That is marriage. It is growth in all aspects. But many people, their marriages, they don't grow, either financially, physically, and emotionally. And that is why we found ourselves in this situation where marriages are crumbling down, people are divorcing. So in part 2, we're gonna discuss a lot about these whole things, about the growth in marriage, the 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 eternal and external laws, because if it is an institution, it requires eternal and external laws. In part 2, we're gonna discuss all of that, so that now we establish the foundation, what a marriage is, because without the foundation, you're gonna make mistakes. Some people, they take the principles that are being given by God as though are the principles that are being given by men. And there's a difference. If you don't understand that this principle comes from God, then you're going to have problems in your marriage. That is why you have to be part of this journey, part of this channel. Even one session, 3 months, that's 3 month session where we help people in marriage, it can help you as well, because there are principles that we are going to unpack. Some of these principles, you were neglecting them, and they are affecting your life, your marriage, your children, as well as your happiness. Thank you so much.